When I read through the budget, I was very satisfied this year because there's an increase each year, and now 30,000 crores has been allotted for the overall interest of the state and the department's concern. And we've seen that many departments, they are getting the fair share of the amount. And there's a few highlights which I would like to partake, especially when it comes to Shillong area and the urban planning. We've seen Shillong as a city has a cultural and beauty in it. And with the recent development, the last couple of years, and in the upcoming years, especially with New Shillong Township, what I'm trying to say, we need good planners, because from what I've heard, currently we have just 2 urban planners, which is one in East Khasi Hills and one in West Garo Hills. So now with the development of New Shillong Township, we need to take a stand. Yes, I understand the governments they have consultants, but we need people from our own state who are aware of the geography, topography, and the need in order to help with the urbanization of the city. So in terms of sports and education, I was very satisfied to see the amount allocated this year at the same time that we're preparing for the national games. But in order to tap into the youths of a state, we also need a corresponding interest from the education department as well. Why? Physical education is one of the subjects which has been enlisted in the NEP, National Education Policy of 2020. And we need teachers who have completed this particular course, at the same time help the youths in different schools to participate in events such as the inter-school sports, Super Cup, and etc., etc. And furthermore, so a government, like I always said, is like a single organism. Each departments are interrelated with one another. And I feel that with the education department and the sports department, if they can have some kind of convergence in order to help the youths of the state to participate, and from there, we can groom them to be state or national athletes. And one more thing, so would you look into the mission programs which our Chief Minister has given? This year we have the CM Assure, wherein it has helped to tap into the local farmers who are producing these produce which are on long-term benefits. And first and foremost, these other mission programs which the government has undertaken for the past many years, it has been very helpful. But we need a good advertisement, because in certain areas, certain blocks, most of the people are not aware, or even if they are aware, the process is very lengthy. Why? Because from experience, I'll tell you this with regards to tourism. We got a PMEGP program, which government has undertaken. We have the CM Elevate, etc., and so are the many schemes. So what's really happening? Because it is a subsidized scheme. So most of the applicants, when they apply, it takes to almost about a year for them to get the required sanction. And every time those who applied, especially those people residing in Sora, they've applied many of these schemes from tourism department. They'll give me a call. They'll say, I've applied this. It's taking so long. What is the reason? So that's why we need a clear-cut process if we really want to help the people. So, and as in 2023, our Honorable Chief Minister has announced that a state government plans to achieve the $10 billion mark. Yes, it's a very ambitious dream, and I think so we can achieve it, provided that all the steps which the government has tried is achieved in these coming years. Now, when you look into this tourism department, so our world is in a globalizing state, and we saw that 5-star hotels are being proposed to be constructed in Sora and other areas of the state. So now what I'm suggesting, see, Sora area being one of the most highest footfalls in tourism, why not construct a 7-star hotel? I think that will provide in better facilities and amenities, especially to the people residing in that area, as well as when it comes to employment. Yes, we saw the last 2 years, many of our youths, the one thing they ask us, what is the current state of employment in our government? We understand. We cannot provide state government jobs to each and every citizen. But through these opportunities wherein the government has tapped in, now we saw this MIPA, this Meghalaya Investment Promotion Agency. It is a good initiative taken by the government in order to allow investors to partake and provide investment. At the same time, our youths will get jobs. But last time in the governor's address, I stated, we need to have a review in this because there are some flaws which I have personally looked through. And today itself, I saw in a newspaper, an NGO organization from the KSU, they have flagged some review through this MIPA, wherein I think the government, because this requires a political stance, and I think so, sir, our Chief Minister, being the person that he is, he's always available to each and everyone. No, we can have some sort of meeting to discuss this, because what we saw in Garo Hills through the company wherein they are having a factory will generate employment to the people in Garo Hills. But in East Khasi Hills, West Khasi Hills and Jeddah Hills, I feel that this act, which the government has undertaken, I'm not saying it's a bad, it's a good act. But we need to have a consistency in terms of employment. What is the rate in which these people who are employed in these agencies, what salary are they getting, whether are they getting the salaries, which is up to the current mark by the government. That sort of things have to be clearly notified. And we understand, sir, youths, what they seek is employment. And given that the budget this year, it's a youth budget, so to say, wherein the government is targeting to help employ most of the youths in the state. So, and one more thing, as Barumbo has stated, the border area. How much time
you require?
I'll just take 2 more points, sir.
Especially be brief, please.
Border area. See, in the last couple of months, there was a report of a drone from Bangladesh coming into India. We know the current situation in Bangladesh. You know what's happening there. And right now, border areas of Meghalaya needs to be protected. We need to have a good fencing. And if you recall, sir, in the year 2001, there was an incident in Perdiwa, wherein Bangladeshi forces entered India and pillaged this village. They stole many things and they went back. So we didn't want that kind of same incident to happen again, because the Bangladesh as a state, they require natural resources, and given that the trade at the moment has really affected, so we really need a government to look into the border areas of the state, especially the ones bordering Bangladesh. Because if you travel, sir, from Ringu to Balad, I'll tell you, there are many times when people from the other side of the country, they come to India and they confront our local people. So that's why, sir, I'm saying we need to protect the state through different measures, and I think our government will try a good work to achieve this. And the last point, sir, this JJM. Problem, I'll tell you the problem right now. Most of the contractors in each and every constituency, they're having one problem because the reports are not being filed in properly. And most of the contractors are not getting the bills. So they come up to us, they say the third-party report has been given, and till date, most of the contractors are having a difficult time. So that's why, sir, I need, through you, I need the JJM scheme to be implemented as soon as possible. So that's also, these few words I resume as it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.